Monday to Saturday, 9 p.m. So obviously, if you just receive a notification, please make sure you give a thumbs up. And obviously, we are going to move forward right now. We are not going to wait anymore, because obviously one of the most important thing which we have to learn today is how we can actually learn coding fast, because that is, I mean, a lot of students have this kind of a question. I don't know why, but yes, obviously they have this kind of a question. So we would be doing that. We will be learning about that. So quickly, let me confirm if I'm audible or not. I am not sure if I'm audible. I am not receiving any proper signals right now. Okay, awesome. I am live. Awesome, guys. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So today we are going to discuss on a topic of how you can learn programming faster, how you can learn coding faster. Now, why we are going to discuss this? Because this is one of the most important thing think if I talk about, I have seen a lot of students they have this kind of a question. They want to understand what could be done, and they wish if they can learn things faster, this will actually help them move forward in their life comparatively faster compared to someone else. So we are going to discuss in detail what is going to happen and how you can actually learn programming faster. Now, I have schedule this live session in a way with which you can actually learn a lot of things. Secondly, I want to make sure that if you have any questions, please make sure you put them in the comment section. Secondly, I come live every single day from Monday to Saturday at 9 p.m. That is currently from last 6 or 7 days it is happening. So I'm quite proud of it. So please make sure that you are hitting the thumbs up button and posting your questions. And let's say if you miss this live session, you can actually come to next live session, which is going to be tomorrow. So what we are going to discuss today, we are going to discuss about a programming language. Then we are going to discuss the wrong way, which a majority of students do. They make a mistake. They simply do it in a wrong way. I mean, they learn coding in wrong way. And finally, what would be the right way? So if you are obviously excited, I am excited, because this video is, I would say this live session is designed specifically for students who wish to make their career in tech, but they are a bit confused and they need someone like they need a mentor. And I am here to actually mentor you, because I have experience. We are building a product. I'm quite involved in this particular product which we are building. So I can share from my experience. I can share with the experience the people who are around me. I can share the experience of people, or I would say my colleagues. So you can learn a lot from them. So do not miss out. So let's get started. Which programming, how to learn programming faster. So the fastest way of learning a programming language is, first, you have to choose a programming language. Yes, this is the basic first step. You have to choose a programming language. It is not that if you want to learn a new thing, you will start learning a new programming language. Okay, I want to become a full stack developer. I should learn these two languages. I want to make Android application. I will start learning these applications. I want to make career in artificial intelligence. Let's learn this language. I want to make my career in data science. Let's learn this language. I want to make server applications. Let's learn this language. I want to make softwares. Let's learn this language. Now imagine, can you learn these languages? The answer is no, which is obviously you cannot learn these languages. So the thing which you have to learn is learn a language, or I would say choose a language which has multiple use cases, or it can be actually part of multiple areas in the industry. Some of the languages are Java. With Java, you can actually make full stack web applications. You can make desktop application. You can make mobile applications, and you can also write server applications. Server application which run in the background. If I talk about in terms of Python, you can learn data science with Python. You can learn artificial intelligence with Python. You can build server application with Python, full stack applications with Python, and desktop applications with Python. If I talk about JavaScript, same scenario. If I talk about PHP, you can learn you can just implement that in the backend part of the web applications. If I talk about, let's say .NET, with .NET you can make desktop application, you can make server application, you can write full stack applications. So again, you can understand. So please make sure that you are choosing a language, or I would say choosing a programming language which can be used in a multiple places. Now, I'm not saying that you have to choose this language and then stay with that. If you feel like, no, your aim is to become a game developer and you can only become a game developer by learning this language, learn that. But be specific about it, be sure about it. Okay, so first of all, we have to do this. Secondly, you have to learn a language which is easy to write, because you're learning a new thing. I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to learn Tamil. Maybe you want to learn Malayalam. Maybe you want to learn Kannada. Now, the problem is, if you don't know these languages, it will be very difficult for you to actually understand. So, what we do, we sort of start correlating with, let's say there is a word in Tamil which can be correlated with brother. Let's say there is a term in Tamil which could be correlated with son, or maybe how we say son in Tamil, or maybe how we say brother in Tamil, how we say mother in Tamil. We will start relating to that with our native language, so we will be able to understand the meaning of the word quite easily. I hope you're getting me. So what we will do, we will choose a language which is easy for us to learn as English, if I would say, because if you can learn a language like learning English or maybe a new language, it will be a lot easier. Now, there are many languages. There is one JavaScript, which is again a simple language to learn. We have Python, which is a simple language to learn. And obviously, I would say C#, Java are both the languages which are easy to learn, but among them, Python is the most easiest to learn. Awesome. Now, let's move to the next point, which is, what is the wrong way to learn a programming language? What is the wrong way to learn a programming language? Well, if you're learning a programming language in a wrong way, the worst way, or I would say the wrong way of learning a programming language is watching endless tutorials. Watching endless tutorials is the worst way of learning a programming language for a very simple reason. If you're watching endless tutorials, basically what happens, the person who is teaching you already knows what happens. I'll give you an example today. So today I was actually experimenting with AWS and I realized that I made a mistake and I spent around 2 hours just to fix that issue. Now I know how to fix that issue within 5 minutes. Now, next time someone will come to me and say, Avinash, how can I fix this issue? He won't have to waste 5 hours. He won't have to waste 2 hours, 2 hours. What we will do, I'll simply say, okay, this is what you have to do. So please make sure that if you have to learn a thing, watching tutorials endlessly is not going to help you out. The reason is, if you're watching endless tutorials, what is happening? The person who already knows the stuff is teaching you. Now, if you're blindly following that, okay, he has asked me to open this file and write this code. Okay, fine. Now he's asking me to delete this file. Now write this code. I'm fine. You have to understand why this is happening. Then only you will be able to understand. I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm teaching you that you have to stop at the signal when the signal color is red, and you have to move when the signal color is green. Now what you will do, you will say, okay, red means stop and green means go. Fine. But you have to learn the reason, like why I have to stop at red, why I cannot go at red. That can only happen when you're in the road right now. You will see, okay, when there is a red color, that means the other lane is open and the other vehicles are coming. That is why I cannot cross that. Why am I supposed to go at green? Because all other lanes are closed. Now I can actually now I can actually drive. So when you're learning things theoretically, when you're learning things through tutorials, your brain is not asking questions. And if your brain is not asking questions, you are not getting any answers. And if you're not getting any answers, you're not learning. So please make sure that you are not watching endless tutorials. But Avinash, how will I learn then? How will I learn if you're asking me not to watch tutorials, how will I learn that? So now we are going to discuss what will be the right way of learning a programming language. So the first thing you have to do is obviously learning the basics. A, B, C, D, E. The basics part of a programming language. What is a variable? How to write a loop? How to write a for loop? What is the use of a semicolon? What is the use of curly braces? Maybe if you're learning Python, how to do indentation? What is an exception? What is a class? What is an object? It sounds scary, but you have to learn a programming language in that way. Now, Avinash, you're saying that I don't have to follow anything. I just have to make sure that I'm learning it in a way so that I'm just learning the basics. But how do you expect me to learn the advanced part of it when I'm just learning the basics? Stay for a minute. I'm going to tell you everything about it. Okay. So, first, learn the basics. Learn the basics. Now we have to move to the important part, which is start making projects. What kind of a projects, Avinash? Well, you can make projects like a simple calculator, a simple project where you can find out if a person can vote or not. Because when you will make a project, what will happen that you will actually start asking questions. Okay, can I do this in this fashion, or can I do this in this fashion? And when your brain starts asking you the question, the memory inside your brain starts running and says, hey, we learned this concept of if and else. Why don't we implement it here? Hey, we learned this concept. Why don't we implement it here? So that's the advantage you get when you're learning with a project-based learning. It's not that you're just typing in the typing on your keyboard. No, it has to be question-based. What is the question-based? Why am I supposed to do that? Why should I do this? If I'm not implementing this, why I'm not implementing this? Why should I be doing this? Why this is not the right way of doing it? Why this is the right way of doing it? So build projects, because if you're not going to build projects, that will be bit, or I would say very difficult, being very honest. Because usually what happens when you are not using projects, if I talk about, you struggle a lot. Why do you struggle a lot? Because you have already learned a thing and you feel like, okay, you know this because you have watched the 22 hours of tutorial. But when it comes down to actually do that, now your brain is thinking, okay, how do I do that? How do I do that? So it gets very difficult. I hope you're able to understand what I'm doing. I'll give you an example, guys. You will learn a lot from it. The certification from Microsoft, the certification from AWS, I did not get by learning or watching tutorials on YouTube. I got because I was teaching them, I was actually implementing things. Company came to me and said, Avinash, we want you to teach our team AWS. I said, okay, fine. I'm going to teach you guys. But I learned it before by implementing things. When someone said we want to implement compute, I learned why we need a compute, why we need a virtual machine, why we need a VPN, why we need a cloud storage. I learned that, then I taught them. So there was kind of a two-way of learning. So you can imagine what happens when you're learning through a project base. You're able to learn it a bit faster compared to just watching the tutorial. So please do not make this mistake like usual, that you are going to just learn by watching tutorials. Then the next point is follow the right tools. If you're not going to use the right tools, you will struggle a lot. Guys, it's very simple. If you want to move from place A to place B, the best way is to obviously take a vehicle. If you're going to go just by walking, let's say if you want to move from place A to place B, which is 10 kilometers. If you're going to use a helicopter, that's the worst choice. It is going to be the most costly one. If you decide to go by walking, it's going to take maybe half an hour for you. Maybe, I'm just guessing. So you can imagine, if you want to move from place A to place B, which is just 10 kilometers, use something which is like maybe a two-wheeler, maybe a bicycle, or maybe a car. Affordable and time saver. Walking is going to be the most affordable, but it's going to waste your time. Helicopter is going to be the fastest, but it's going to cost you the most. So if you're not using the right set of tools, you are going to struggle a lot. So obviously use right set of tools when learning a programming language. And finally, whatever you are doing, showcase in public, learn in public, which is my mantra. We are planning it from month of Feb. We are planning some 30 days of coding challenge where we are going to showcase the students how they can learn in public, and obviously I will be helping you guys to actually achieve that. Let's say again, that is under planning. I'm not sure about it right now. So please make sure that you're hosting your code on GitHub, which can be seen in, like, the public can see that. The public can see that. So that's it from today's video, guys. Today's live session. I hope you understood what I'm trying to say today and what I am telling you guys. So please make sure that you're following all this which I have spoken. But please make sure you are following that, because if you're just learning it for the sake of learning it, not gonna help you out. Not at all gonna help you out. Please do not make this mistake, which I have also made watching tutorials endlessly. Follow along, learn from the practicals, learn from the projects, and you will learn a programming language way faster than you can even imagine. Now, I am open for questions related to your careers or whatever questions you have, maybe related to programming or a career. Let me know, put that in the chat section. I'm going to give you a response right away. So please let me know your questions and I will respond to them right away. And obviously, if you don't have a question right now, that does not mean that you're not going to get the answer. Please make sure that you are coming live on tomorrow 9 p.m. because obviously I'm going to be live at that time as well. So with this, I would like to say bye-bye for you, to you guys for today. That's it from today's session. If you have some questions, put them in the comment section and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.